And we're back again. How many times am I going to say we're back? A lot of times I'm going to say we're back because we're always coming back. We are now back again watching another episode of Doctor Who. This time, the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. Matt Smith's second Christmas special. Do you know anything about this one, Bob?
I honestly don't know anything about this one at all. It's another one I haven't seen. A bit like the Christmas Carol, I will just go out on a whim and say it might have something to do with the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, maybe? Really stabbing in the dark here, guys.
I don't really remember much of anything about this one either. All I remember about it is that it's a bit forgettable and there might be a wooden lion at some point. Beyond that, not really sure what happens. It's definitely not my favorite like the last Matt Smith one was, but I can't remember if it's good or bad, so I'll be rediscovering just as you'll be discovering for the first time.
Exactly, yeah. Been a bit of an interesting one so far, isn't it? One of each Doctor, so one Smith, one Tennant, one Capaldi.
And now we're back with another Smith.
I wonder what next week's gonna be.
Should we head over to the room? Drag myself over because I'm knackered because I've been working all day. I just want to sit down and enjoy a good episode of Doctor Who. A spaceship in a Matt Smith Christmas episode? No way!
What?
Have I put on the right file? Is this the right one? This is very Star Wars. Oh, it's just blown up. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, I get instantly happy when I see him on screen. Oh my god, I love it. It's my favorite episode
as well. God, this is a very chaotic opening. Like, geez, no context or anything. He's just running out of an exploding spaceship.
Yeah, well, I guess he's in the middle of saving Earth again.
Come here, spaceship.
Go on, use the Force. Oh no.
Oh Jesus! Wait, what?
Oh god, he's gonna die!
He's literally floating in space, but he's swimming. He's swimming in space. What the fuck just happened? Honestly,
this is nuts. This is like I did not remember any of that. That was amazing.
That was definitely the most insane opening we've had so far.
I'm hyped. I'm a bit worried that that's going to be as good as this gets. Let's remain hopeful.
Who the fuck is Claire Skinner, by the way?
It's her from Outnumbered.
Oh yeah.
How in the fuck did he survive?
I can't see. I'm blind.
And I can't get his helmet off, so I'm having to take him into town to find a police telephone box, all right?
Sounds legit.
If only they were that supportive in Back to the Future.
Yeah. Oh my god,
wait, that's the guy from fucking Pointless, isn't it?
Alexander Armstrong.
Yeah. So we got Outnumbered and we've got Pointless.
They're repairing me.
Oh, so okay, cool. They did at least acknowledge that he should have fucking died. This is actually really good. I really enjoyed this already. Again, I think it's because it's Matt Smith.
There's a lot of fun setup here.
Madge Arwell.
Madge Arwell. Is that a name of note in any literature anywhere?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Inside here.
So he's just gonna go in there and wait until he's healed. Oh,
Wait, what?
oh my god, I can't believe that got me.
And then where will you be?
Oh, I think we've jumped in time.
Then we're going home for Christmas.
Does that mean we're gonna kill ourselves?
It's either they're going to kill themselves by literally committing suicide or they're going to do it by fleeing, so that will get them court-martialed.
When's Father coming back? For Christmas, like he always does. Now, hurry up and think of something.
Oh, no.
She hasn't told them.
Oh,
Why would you not
Jesus.
tell them?
Daddy will be there.
No, don't pretend he's not gonna. You just made it so much worse by pretending he will be
Yeah,
there.
that's going to make the actual reveal so much worse.
Is it Mr. Doctor? Ah!
Lemonade.
What? Lemonade
Oh,
tap.
you not want a lemonade tap?
Look at those decorations. Seeing that as a kid in the 40s, you lose your fucking shit. Look at that, a rocket horse next to a bloody planetarium dial or whatever you call it.
How much sugar has he had today?
Watch and learn, kid.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
God's sake!
This hammock has developed a fault.
This whole reaction is just me enjoying Matt Smith again.
My husband is dead and they don't know yet, because if I tell them now, then Christmas will always be what took their father away from them, and no one should have to
I
live.
have issues. I have problems with that sentiment.
That's a very good short-term issue, but long-term, terrible.
What's the point in them being happy now if they're going to be sad later? Because they are going to be sad later.
Who has better themes and messaging, Moffat or RTD? I'm leaning towards Moffat through these.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Moffat as well. Not to say that I think Moffat's are better by any means, but I think like the messages are definitely
More sentimental.
I feel like the messages with RTD can be really good, but they can be very sort of confusing and backwards sometimes as well. So
They feel a lot more like the world's blowing up, save it. This is more sort of like we want to protect the children and give them a good holiday because they deserve that while they're young.
yeah, make sure everything's okay at home before you go off saving the world, basically. It's just-
I like him.
I like him too. He's my favourite Doctor.
This Christmas is going to be the best Christmas ever.
Never.
Oh, you're just setting yourself up for a fucking disaster. Do kids not feel creeped? Because I would feel creeped out walking around a house I've never been in before by myself at night.
In the bloody dark. Yeah, no, I would as well.
Kids in shows like this are just fucking fearless.
Yes, but they have to be for sense of adventure.
I don't want to be indecent, but you kind of look like Jeffrey Dahmer's kid.
No, don't do it.
No, do it. We need a story.
Curiosity killed the cat. It's Time Lord science, Matt. He made this with the remnants of the Genesis arc.
Yeah, he's going into the void. Oh, that's a fun shot. I think he might be kidnapped.
By the White Witch.
By the White Witch.
Somebody's going to give him some angel delight, and then
oh no, he's
going to
just
betray
going
everyone.
back.
What was stuck to that bauble as well? You don't even think about trying to tell me that was eyes. That was nothing like eyes.
What's growing? What is going on?
Yeah, what is...
Oh, it's an egg. Is it an egg? Oh dear. The thing that hatched is now going to kidnap him. No, he's just going to go back again. Fucking hell,
Plus,
kid.
that just looks like someone really doesn't like disco, and they just decided to take it out on the disco ball.
This is the bravest child in the world.
Oh, he's good.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Oh, he's good.
You fell for the oldest trick in the book.
Where are we?
In a forest, in a box, in a sitting room.
Pay attention.
This kid's just like Braveheart, though, for go through this.
Yes.
Do you know the difference between wind and trees talking to each other?
What?
No wind.
That's kind of a weird statement.
Very weird, yeah.
What's the difference between wind and trees talking? There is no wind. But yeah. She coming in as well. He's found a door.
Oh, is he about to meet Mr. Tumnus?
I feel like the Narnia comparisons are not going to go much further than just they're in a different dimension. We haven't had a White Witch to tempt him with Turkish Delight yet. I do love me some Turkish Delight, though. Turkish Delight is one of the best things in the world, and it does not get enough credit for how good it is. Oh, hello! It's a big wooden king thing. I think that's what I thought the lion was, so I think my prediction's wrong.
It's Groot's barbarian granddaddy.
Oh my god, this is the origin story for Groot.
No, there's never anything dangerous here.
There are sentences I should just keep away from.
Oh, I think we're getting to the bit where it gets a little bit silly. I say that as
There's
it's
been a
not.
lot of silly parts, yeah.
There are some sentences I shouldn't say as well.
No. Unarmed.
Hey! Bill Bailey!
It was Christmas.
I don't know, I think tonally as well, her breaking down like that is a bit I don't really think that lands for me because we already had to make the jump that she would just climb through that. It should be sort of like a lighter, more whimsical tone, if that makes sense.
Unless we get back to it later and she was just putting it on to try to get out of it or something. If we hadn't have watched Last Christmas first, I'd be going, fuck, this is confusing. And this makes so much sense compared to that.
Blinking trees, yeah, I can get on board with that.
Blinking tree that got a crown. I understand
Yes.
that.
It isn't a building. It's a group of trees grown in the shape of a building, disguised as a building. Oh, clever. I love
What? Even for like wacky Doctor Who just out there stuff, that is just...
So these trees have grown into the shape of concrete and
Then they're
made...
disguising themselves as concrete. It's like they watched some cake art on fucking Facebook. Like, yeah, that's a neat idea.
What is wrong with you? I have mother issues, sir.
What?
It's all on file. I'm sorry, sir. It's under control. You want me to shoot her, sir?
Well, I'm looking for my children.
Oh shit. Stars are coming out of the trees now, okay. Well, I guess they're Christmas trees. You have a star at the top, don't you? Cyril just couldn't run away for some reason. He decided to have a sit down. He'd done too much running away and needed a break.
Anyone still out there in 5 minutes is going to burn.
Oh dear.
Like the life forces leaving the forest.
Oh, the trees are trying to escape the acid rain. I've understood. This is utter nonsense, isn't it?
Yes.
What the fuck has this got to do with Narnia, by the way?
Absolutely nothing. The only thing...
It's a snowy planet.
Exactly, like there's some snowy trees and that is literally it. Oh, and I guess the beginning where...
Oh yeah, the war.
Yeah, the war and everything. Yeah, the Doctor taking them as a caretaker and all that. But yeah.
They're turning your brother into a lifeboat.
Fry his mind though, won't it?
Yeah, I can't imagine that'd be very good for him.
Your coming was foretold.
Oh my god, what is that?
What is that voice?
Your coming was foretold.
You are weak.
I'm really not.
I wonder who's the one that's not going to be weak. Is it going to be her? Wait, so why is I don't get it. Why is she not weak? I don't get why she's stronger than him, though.
Yeah, well, because she's a couple of years older or whatever.
Yeah. I think the Doctor might be a few years older than her, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's probably got a few numbers on both of them, to be honest. But yeah.
Oh no, the acid rain has begun.
She's coming. You know she's coming because
She always comes, doesn't she?
Please stop using the word coming.
Yes.
We wait for Mummy.
Mummy always comes.
I'm sorry.
I'm such a fucking child. Oh my god.
I think I recognise the driving.
Oh fuck off. How? Oh, for God's sake. How is she driving it?
Because Mummy...
Power of parenthood.
Yeah.
Caretaker?
Yes.
You're fired!
Whoops.
She's dead. How is she not dead after that? Jesus. Oh, thank God she had a coat.
Wait, what?
Fuck
Wait,
off.
hold on. What just happened? I'm so confused as what
She
just happened.
fell over. The thing fell over. She got out and then ran through pouring acid rain in a basic coat, and it singed it a bit. Having just been said it would incinerate the whole planet. I mean, this whole episode's utter nonsense. So at least it's consistent. Oh, is the message going to be like the power of mothers or something?
I feel like that's probably the path they're going to go down. Yeah, I can't really think of any other angle they can really approach this from at this point. So
Nothing stronger than a mother trying to save her kids, which is true and fair enough.
She's taking the whole forest.
sorry.
She's absorbing all of the trees into her brain.
She's strong. She's strong. Ooh, ooh.
Da, 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 da.
More than female, she's mum. How else does life ever travel? The mothership.
Okay.
Oh, they're traveling through the intro sequence.
You've got to think.
Think about home. There's no such place like home.
What are you going home for? I'm pulling you there. Please try. Please think.
She's thinking about Pointless.
Yes.
Her favourite show of all time.
Yes.
She can't wait to get back and watch with her kids.
So yeah, gotta get back for Pointless, guys.
He followed me home.
He stalked me.
Wow.
He said he'd keep on following me till I married him.
He's a fucking incel.
Okay, this is getting a bit
There's a lot of missed messaging here.
it's a little questionable. I mean, that might have been the done thing in the 40s, but maybe try and make it seem a bit more romantic.
Yeah, rather than just he stalked me until I said yes. Oh, and she's just told them that he's dead. Oh, the acting is awful.
Yeah.
It's really pulled me out of the emotional moment there, that acting.
Same. And again, just the tones for me at the moment just aren't meshing together well. That shot.
Was that meant to be crying?
I just would now. They've been emptied.
Yes, because it's a Moffat episode, so you can't bring himself to say that they died, because that just wouldn't be proper now, would it?
Well, I wonder if their life force has like gone off into another tree or something. I don't know.
Where is he? Where's Daddy?
I mean, the kids are better than her, and it's normally the kids that are like a. Ooh.
But then again, the kids were better than her and outnumbered, but that's just because the kid actors were incredibly good. So, but here, like,
and she was good and outnumbered because it was basically just her. They're gonna go through all this trauma just for their dad to be like, "Hello."
And they'll probably be like, "Oh, okay, it's all fine." When actually, no, you lied to us. Like,
the trust has still been broken.
And before you go any further, I think you better come and look.
Bowtie! Oh, for fuck's sake, she dragged it from the time vortex.
He did it again, Madge. He followed you home.
Your stalker incel husband followed you home through the time vortex.
Yeah, mate, he's a persistent one.
Yeah, this is a massive miss on the emotion front.
Yeah,
I don't feel anything. At least Matt Smith is still incredible. And it's still Christmassy. Kind of. I really love the sound of the TARDIS door opening.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your friends. You can't let them think that you're dead. Not at Christmas.
Although you can't fucking say shit,
yeah,
bitch.
I was just about,
You spent the whole episode lying about that shit, and now you're lecturing him. Fuck off. Fuck off back to outnumbered.
Yeah, it's all right if you lie about somebody else being dead, but if you lie about yourself being dead, then nah. This line in the sand, my friend, or line in the snow, should I say, is it's Christmas time. Either way, bollocks.
Oh, it's just the caretaker returning to the time vortex. It's a lovely place. I've been there myself.
Not good at this. Oh my god.
No,
It's
yeah,
Amy Pond and Rory. Yeah.
How can you resist that smile?
Yeah. Rory.
If it's no trouble.
There's a place set for you.
But you didn't know I was coming. Why would you set me a place?
Oh, because we always do.
This is probably my favourite scene in the entire episode.
Yeah, it's so good in it.
Like, this genuinely does actually, I feel more seeing their reunion than anything else, even though I don't really have much context outside of this. I can still feel that, oh, this is nice, you know.
That's like the most emotional bit of the entire fucking episode. Jesus.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And it sort of felt like it was meant to be like all the way through, but
And that was the, what was it called? That was the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. Tell us what you think, Bob.
I didn't like this one. I say it with a heavy heart. I could tell they were trying to tell like a nice Christmas story. And, you know, there were some points where I think that did work. I found the tone to be like all over the place. At the best of times, it was overly whimsical and slightly annoying. And at worst, it was over dramatic and awful. The parts that work, for the most part, they're parts that work really well for other episodes, like the presence of Matt Smith. He shows up and he gives a great performance as usual. I'm the Doctor coming on and us being in the moment and being like, okay, what the fuck's gonna happen? Let's go. All those things are still there. Everything kind of surrounding it just didn't leave any sort of everlasting impression on me. The kids are fine. Their characters were perfectly fine and likable, you know. The mother, I thought that character was kind of annoying. She never angered me. I don't think the writing for her was very good, and I don't think the performance that came with it was very good either. Her approach to some of the more dramatic scenes was laughable. The part where she stole the fucking dreadnought thing and then walked over and just knew how to ride it was really quite silly as well. I mean, again, I know they're trying to go with the whole motherhood is king, or should I say motherhood is queen type of deal, which again is nice. I feel like a lot of things nowadays do try and stray away from motherhood not really being that important, because a lot of women in shows and movies, they have to be this strong, badass female character, you know, and they normally just throw things like that away. So it's nice that they retain that in the story and they did actually try and do something with it, even if I don't think it succeeded all that well. I'm kind of getting a bit sick of the Moffat writing style, to where just everything has to be a concept and that is the main villain of the episode. It's almost like the guy is so afraid to introduce like a proper imposing threat for the Doctor to face and try and overcome. Every episode it's about the concept of this, and that's what makes it frightening rather than like the actual thing, you know. I mean, I think this episode could have been really cool to actually make quite a scary, darker take on The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I don't know what it was really meant to be saying. There's going to be an acid rain which is going to burn all the trees, so they're trying to transfer their consciousness to somewhere else to try and escape it. It makes me long for a Sycorax type thing to come about, or Arachnos, or, you know, something like that, because, you know, those were pretty cool. One note as they were a good adversary for the story. Overall, for me, it left a lot to be desired. So
I'll start with the good things about it that I enjoyed. Loved the opening with the Doctor in the middle of saving the Earth and then crashing to the planet, and then this woman just helps him because she's a nice person. I loved him showing the kids around the house. I thought that was brilliant. I really enjoyed the build when they went into the forest, and as it started building, like, oh, what's going on? What's happening? And then it just sort of fell apart when it was sort of like, what's going on? Oh, that's what's going on, really?
I will at least agree with you from the sense that I think the setup was kind of nice. Could have gone in a really nice direction.
Like you said, I think this one actually needed an evil villain. I like the messaging and themes of motherhood. I think that's a good theme for Christmas time because it's a very family-orientated theme. I think it was executed like trash. I didn't mind how nonsensical it was because it felt like the whole episode was going for the vibe of, this is a nonsense fun episode to have fun with. I was along with it up until transferring the trees into her brain so she can then fly through the vortex and whatnot. I'm fully on board with her being able to fly through the vortex because power of motherhood. That's completely fine. It was more her just going, I can't. My husband! It was that just fucking ruined it.
Some of the editing there was very questionable as well, I think.
One of the messages that was a complete miss. She had to tell her kids that their father had died, but she was like, oh, I can't tell them because I need to tell them after Christmas so they can have one more last good Christmas. One terrible idea, because when you tell them afterwards, they're just gonna go, well, now Christmas is retrospectively ruined because you lied to us, and also we're even more upset because you lied to us. And then at the end to have the fucking balls to say to him, don't lie to your friends about being dead. It's like, you were preaching as to why that's a good thing at the beginning, and now you're having to go in for it.
I think there's one of three options that could have been the reason behind that. One, the writers just had a complete brain fart and they didn't even make that comparison, so it just completely went over their heads. That I find unlikely, but it's still possible. Two, they just sort of did it anyway, even though they did know, and they just thought, you know what, we'll just leave that in there because why not? And three, maybe a really bad joke that they were trying to go for.
Yeah, I'm going to end on the thing that I loved about it, though. Ending with Amy Pond and Rory. He'd been avoiding them for 2 years, I think she said. They thought he was dead, and he felt like he wasn't enough of a good person or whatever to just show up and that. And then when he showed up, they'd already prepared a seat for him, as they always do. And then that got him emotional and sort of showed him that he provides value where sometimes you feel like he doesn't have it. That's an amazingly nice ending for a character who has lost their entire planet and species.
I think that was probably the best scene of the episode.
This isn't hard for me. I don't know if it'll be hard for you. Where do you put it in comparison to the other 3 we've watched?
I'm going to put this below Last Christmas. What would I prefer? An episode that was mainly good with a few bumps along the road but a terrible ending, or an episode that was really not very enjoyable for me but had a nice ending to wrap it up? So for those reasons, I'm going to put this at the bottom.
For me, they're almost equal, except this one has a better ending. I enjoyed the linearity of it a bit more. This is another situation of they're very close in number ranking, which we'll get to in a sec. This one tops it out. So yeah, what's the number ranking?
4.8.
I think it's going to get 5.5. And that was The Doctor, the Widow, and The Wardrobe. These last 2 haven't been the best, but we're coming back next time. We're hitting you on Christmas Day. Tell them what we're hitting them with, Bob.
The Runaway Bride.
Oh, and then we're hitting you with one of the New Year's specials on New Year's Day, where we'll be tackling Jodie. Don't worry, Jodie stands. We're hitting all the Doctors. We were back for fodder. That was The Doctor, the Widow, and The Wardrobe.
Bye-bye.